Hey guys, I want us to deal with fear today. And I want you to view fear as an enemy that stands in your way of progress. Fear is a destroyer of destiny. Fear is a time waster. And this is what we want to talk about. So if you are new to my channel, I want you to consider subscribing and clicking the notification bell so that when I post a new video, you will be able to see it. Thank you. Now, I want you to know that many destinies have been destroyed because of fear. You will see some young men aging, getting old, but fear has held them in his captivity and they can't make any move. Fear will convince you that you are not good enough. Fear will convince you that you are not rich enough, that you are not good enough. Fear will tell you that you are not yet ready, that you are not yet prepared. Yes, that is how dangerous fear is. And I want you to know that fear is fueled by ignorance. I mean that the strength of fear is in ignorance. And I want to quickly, before I tell us how to actually destroy fear, I have discovered a techniques that has worked for me over the years. Before I share that with you, I want to give us what I called 3 limiting beliefs when it comes to getting married. If you have this belief system in you, even when you end up getting married, you will find it difficult to enjoy it because it goes against these limiting beliefs. Number 1 of them is that marriage is difficult. I'm very sure you have heard this, that marriage is difficult. Okay, let me ask you, if you have not driven a car before and I give you my car keys, I'm very sure it will be difficult for you, right? What if you have now gone to driving class? What if you have driven for many years and I hand you my car keys? You will drive it easily, right? That is how this thing is. That is how marriage is. If you don't know how to do it, it will definitely be difficult for you. And many people, even popular people, even some preachers have advocated this over the years, that marriage is difficult. And I'm telling you the truth, marriage isn't difficult. It is only difficult if you don't know how to do it. All right. Number 2 is that women like money. You have heard this many times, and I'm sure you have heard it, that women like money. And that is why many people are working their ass out because they want to make more money. Because they believe that if I can get more money, then I'll be able to convince my woman. And let me ask you, if money is the issue, what about the rich guys that cannot even keep their marriages? Up to 90 to 95% of rich guys can't keep their women, not minding all the money that they have. That will tell you that this goes beyond money. It's not just about money. So, men also like money. So let's go to number 3 of all these limiting beliefs, that you can't satisfy a woman. I'm sure you've heard this before, that you can't satisfy a woman. This is a very dangerous belief system, that if you have it, even when you eventually get married, man, it will be very difficult. Because even when she's giving you a signal for change, you will just believe it. Women can be satisfied. So it is very dangerous. And I'm just giving us 3, but there are many others. Like if you're a woman and you said all men are the same. All men are not the same. All men are not the same. Oh, all men are cheaters. That is not true. All men are not cheaters. But when you have this kind of limiting beliefs, you begin to distrust your man that is innocent. And conflict will arise from there. So try to delete these limiting beliefs in your subconsciousness. If you can delete it from your mind, then you are ready to begin to learn how to make marriages work. But now we are dealing with how to destroy fear. I really want us to destroy fear. And I'm now going to share with us the techniques that I've discovered and used over the years successfully. I called it D-Cube. That is 3 Ds. And the first D is to discover your fear. Discover your fear. It is important that you know what you are afraid of. Many people are afraid, but they don't know exactly what they are afraid of. So, for instance, if you are afraid of getting married because you don't have enough money to get married, and you are afraid that you may not be able to care for your wife and family effectively because of your lack of finance, this is your fear. You know it. So for you to discover your fear, you should be able to name your fear, know it, label it, know it very well, inside out. And that will take us to the second D. The second D is discover the truth behind your fear, on the premise that every fear is fueled by ignorance. So there is always a truth behind every fear. For instance, someone is afraid of spider. And I understand that. Spider can be dangerous if it can sting you. Exactly. But if I want to discover the truth behind my fear, then I'll begin to look at it critically. Spider is an insect. Yes, I know it is dangerous if it can sting me. But I am a man. I got brain. I got intelligence. I can actually kill the spider. I can as well remove the spider from my courtyard. When I know this, my fear, the strength of my fear will lose effect on me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So coming to our example, our working example, that I don't have the money to handle my family effectively. So how do I discover it? How do I discover the truth behind this fear? Then I'll begin to look at it critically. How much do I really need for me to start up a family? How much do I need? Then I have to look at how much do I earn? How much do I want? How much do I think is enough for me? For instance, right now I earn $1,000. And if I earn $1,000 and I believe what I need is $2,000, all right? Okay, now I know what I want. I know what I need. I know the deficit. So I earn $1,000 and the $1,000 deficit. All right, so that settles it. I know exactly what I want now. Now, for me to go a step further, I then need to ask myself, what if I find another lady? What if I find a lady that earns $1,000? Yes, I need to find a lady that earns $1,000 so that we can fulfill what the scripture said, that a man shall leave father and mother and cleave with his wife, and both of them will form one unit. So my $1,000 and the $1,000 from my would-be wife, we have a $2,000, and that will be enough for us. Now that will help me to now begin to look for ladies that earn $1,000. Maybe in my circle I might find 5. Remember here, money is not really the issue, but here money is my issue. All right. So I am now going to move into doing what we discussed last week, heart compatibility assessment, because I cannot just marry any lady with $1,000. You can deal with yourself, because money is not really the issue. You have to go to do this heart compatibility assessment to be able to find a lady with $1,000 that also has the kind of heart content that I need. So by the time you apply the assessment, then you'll be able to find the one who has $1,000 or who also has the heart content that I need. Then when I get married to her, that settles it. Do you understand this? Very critical, very, very critical. That is how I am able to discover the truth behind this, my fear. And that will take us to the last D, which is do what you fear. Ralph Waldo Emerson said something. He said, do what you fear, and the death of fear is certain. Do what you fear, and the death of fear is certain. So this is true. After you have discovered your fear and discovered the truth behind your fear, it is time to take action. It is time to do something. It is time to go marry. And that is what I'm telling you today. This week, find a woman to marry. Yes, find a woman to marry and invite us so that we can celebrate with you. If you find any part of this video interesting, I want you to drop a like and I want to see your comments. And remember, I'll see you next week.